What is going on, my team? We got UFC Fight Night, Tuivasa versus Tybura this Saturday. Quite a shitty fight night, but I think the fights will actually turn out to be pretty entertaining. But whatever, I'm about to keep it short. Your boy be a little busy this week. I got 4 bets for you guys, so let's get right into it. This week I actually got 2 parlays, which is very unusual, but I did the math, I did the nerd stuff, and even though this feels like I'm some kind of football parlay idiot, in my opinion, this is just the way to play this card. So the first one is going to be Jafel Filio to win against Odi Osborne, combined with Kennedy and Njoku to win versus Ovis Sampru at 1.93 odds for 3 units. About the Filio fight, I'm a big fan of the guy. He's the one that had that viral Niba against Muhammad Mokaev, and granted he lost. That is not a bad loss to have on your record at all. In his fight after that, he got dropped 2 times in the first round, came back, dropped his opponent, and followed onto the ground to get a round 1 submission. He's mainly a grappler, but he can definitely strike too. And his opponent, Odi Osborne, in my opinion, only can win this fight by a round 1 knockout. Very one-dimensional, bad gas tank, and I'm very confident that Filio will be aware of that, weather the early storm, and probably win by a submission in round 2. And about the Njoku versus OSP fight, this is one of those again where I will simply refuse to break anything down. OSP should not be fighting anymore. Matter of fact, the Nevada State Commission shouldn't allow to fight him anymore either. A prime OSP probably dog walks Njoku, but that's about a decade ago. So yeah, this one's just a nice little odds booster. Then my second parlay, I feel very cringe saying that, by the way, but I got Thiago Moises to win versus Mitch Ramirez, combined with Gerald Meerschaert to win versus Brian Barberena at 1.84 odds for 3 units. Thiago Moises versus Mitch Ramirez, again, I will kind of deny getting into this one. Thiago Moises fought the who's who in the lightweight division, losing all of those fights, but still a really solid jiu-jitsu guy who can strike, and he's up against Mitch Ramirez, who lost on the Contender Series, now got a call up on short notice to fight a crafty vet like Moises. No clue why they would make this fight, but okay, guess we'll take the free money. And then the Meerschaert versus Barberena fight. Barberena is just so far removed from when he was actually kind of alright. Now he's an injury-ridden, undersized welterweight who, for whatever reason, went up to the middleweight division, and now he's facing Meerschaert, who is an absolute specialist on the ground, while having a really bad ground game himself. No clue what is going on in Barberena's head. Yeah, GM3 isn't anything special anymore either, but this matchup feels like it is served on a silver platter to him. Meerschaert should fold him up like a pretzel. Then on to the next bet. I got a Brian Battle to win against Ange Lusa at 1.61 odds for 4 units. This is a really fun fight. And I think Battle will weather the early storm coming from Lusa, who is a really physically imposing guy with a good takedown threat, but he's also pretty much a round 1 guy. So I think Battle will be very careful early on. His fight IQ has massively improved over his last few fights in my opinion. Their striking should be like pretty even. And then as we get into the second and third, Lusa will be getting a bit tired, and that is where the in my opinion, much better grappling game from Battle will come into play. So the official prediction is going to be Battle by round 3 sub. And then on to my last bet in the main event of the evening. I got Tuivasa to beat Marcin Tybura at 1.80 odds for 3 units. Yeah, Tuivasa has been finished in all 3 of his last fights, but I am not ready throwing the towel just yet. Because first of all, you gotta think about the losses, okay? He fought the creme de la creme of the heavyweight division in Gan, Pavlovich, and Volkov. All those 3 are absolute monsters. Well, maybe Volkov not so much, but he's still up there. So if you're thinking level of competition, Tuivasa has the obvious edge here. Tybura got dog walked by Aspinall in his last one, but at the same time, who wouldn't, fair play to him. It's just that if you're comparing the records of these 2 guys, the difference is night and day. But yeah, okay, got that, okay. Talk about the matchup. Tybura gets his wins by trying to slow his opponents down, maybe by shooting a takedown, or by being very cautious on the feet. And most of the time either stink up a decision or get a finish when his opponents get gassed. Thing is though, he is doing that against opponents who have nowhere near as much pop as Tuivasa has. I'm thinking guys like Ivanov and Romanov, you know, guys who are just not going to do shit really to you, even though they are heavyweights. I think the defensive shell will be broken by Ty. I think the only time Tybura has ever faced someone pressing with urgency like Tuivasa does was the Espinel loss, and we all know what happened there. And no, I'm not saying that Tuivasa is anywhere near the level of Aspinall. What I'm saying is there is like, you know, tiers of danger. And I don't think Tybura likes the higher tiers of that danger, even if it's not the S tier side, if you get what I'm saying. So official prediction is going to be Tuivasa by around 1 knockout. But do not go with the knockout prop here. It's sitting at like 1.90 compared to the 1.80 money line. That is just absolutely not worth it. The money line is the play here. So that is going to be it for today, guys. As always, I'm probably going to add more bets as we approach Saturday. So follow me on Twitter, as that is where I will be sharing them. CDL picks video dropping tomorrow. And until then, the money team is out.